Hi, family. So I made it to Brooklyn, and it is like, what time is it? It's 1:20, and I'm in Brooklyn right now. And I wanted to talk to you guys about something. So a few things has happened to me, and I wanted to talk to you guys about it because at the end of the day, if it's happening to me, I'm pretty sure it's happening to you guys. I know I got on a lot of clothes. I have on like a hoodie and this. This is all Fashion Nova also. But the hoodie ain't though. The hoodie's Nike. So, but I got it like that cuz it's cold out here and I ain't trying to get sick. So yeah, like I was saying to you guys, there was a lot of things that happened to me when I was a kid, that happened to me now as an adult. And I wanted to talk about that. So I'm gonna just go out and just say it. There's a lot of things that I don't tell y'all, but I'm gonna say this because I feel like this resonates with somebody and somebody needs to hear this. On this channel, you guys know this is my second channel. I have another channel, and my other channel, I made it abruptly because I was trying to, in my mind, I thought that my other channel would have blew up and I would have been making millions and thousands of dollars, right? This is what I projected, but I wasn't well versed or educated on the platform. YouTube has guidelines and they have a lot of things put into place to make it easy for you. And they say a lot of things, but I didn't catch on. Built a community, built a foundation, and I was like, okay, but I did that. But I don't think I did do that. I feel like I did it now, and it took me a long time to understand what a community is and understand what, YouTube is about and how to navigate this platform. So if you are trying to become a YouTuber, content creator like myself, you could definitely follow me and see all my tips and tricks. Um, so a few years ago, I was in the city and they stole my car, right? So when they stole my car, I didn't know what happened. I called my insurance company and I was like, yo, they stole my car. Moving forward, they ended up finding the car, but before that, the company reported the car as stolen, and they even said that it was me. During the time that I got my car stolen, it was COVID time, right? So Rona is on a loose, and a lot of people are getting laid off. A lot of people are losing their jobs. A lot of people are actually, we didn't have any money. I'm not gonna lie. When Trump was president, he did pass things, and we all got, some money back and stuff during the COVID times. I'm not gonna lie, and it helped tremendously. I remember actually making a big payment towards my car, and I think I just gave them like $2,000 because I had got some money during that time, and I was like, yo, let me throw this on top of the car to pay it off faster. So I threw like 220, I think it was 2,500. I paid 2,500 for my whip. That week was my anniversary week. It was wifey's birthday. I'm like, yo, we out. So we was in the city and my car was stolen. We wasn't in where we at now. We was in the city and the car was stolen in the city. The city is one of the worst places to live, guys. If you don't want stress, get out of the city. Do not live in the city. The city is one of the worst places to live. You want to live somewhat in a suburban type of area, gated or whatever, because that I can't deal with stress. I'm 42 years old right now, and that stress is not looking good because as we get older, it is harder for us to actually control the stress. And I just want to say that when I was younger, it was easier for me. It is not easy for me now. So I noticed that it got harder to um, remove stress. So I went back to drinking my green tea and my soursop tea 2 to 3 times a day, because that did help tremendously. I did slow down because it's hard. Who has time to sit down, but I said to myself, bro, you need to start taking care of yourself, because guess what? Nobody will take care of you except for you. So take that 2 to 3 minutes time of solitude for yourself. All right, get things aligned and drink your tea, drink your coffee. There was times that I was in such a fast-paced environment and I'm trying to get things done that I slowed down on drinking my tea, and that was the worst decision that I ever did. So like I said, now that I'm getting older, I notice stress is harder to control. And instead of being so stressed out, I need to have more uh faith. I feel like people that don't have enough, that has too much stress, they're battling with their faith. Because you got to understand, right? If you are a believer and you believe in God, you shouldn't even stress for anything. You should be like, you know what? God got me. And it's been hard for me to say that, because if I say God got me, where's the money for the food? Where's the money for the bills? Where's the money to take care of my family? And as a man, that's something that a lot of us men struggle with. Not being able to provide for our kids or our wives or our families or whatever, our husbands, meaning like me, like if I can't provide for my family, it's a problem. All right, it's a problem. So my car was stolen. All right, because I don't want to digress from what I'm trying to say. My car was stolen, and when my car was stolen, it displaced me a little bit. So I ended up having to do things that I didn't want to do, but I had to do, right? Sometimes there's things that you don't want to do. You don't want to do it, but you have to do it, right? You don't want to wake up. You don't want to go to work. You don't want to go to school. You don't want to face that narcissist. You don't want to face the world head on. And I get it. Take time, breathe, and understand that the powers that be got you. And I know that for a fact. And this is something that I need to start telling myself. And this is something that I need to start aligning with myself. So my car was stolen. And because my car was stolen, so my driving record is very clean. I have OCD, all right? I have OCD and I'm a germaphobe. Yeah, I don't really like touching things. If I do shake your hands, I'm gonna go wash it. I'm just keeping it 100 with you, because I don't know where your hands been, and germs is real. All right. So they stole my car, right? So that's on my license. That's on my record. I had no idea that was. I'm older. I'm over 25. So my insurance shouldn't be, my insurance shouldn't be expensive, especially if you have a vehicle that you paid for. If your car is paid for, your insurance is actually cheaper. You could cop in to get collision and liability, or just liability, and you know what I mean? So that being said, one day I had to switch my insurance because honestly, I didn't have the money to pay for it. And the reason I didn't have the money to pay for it is because something happened to my account. I don't remember what it was, but I think they were supposed to pull their money out for their insurance, and then somebody else came and took it out, and I didn't get paid till next week. So I'm like, and I'm the type of person, and I know that this is bad, but I'm the type of person that I won't ask people for anything. I'm not gonna ask people for anything. I'm not gonna, because I don't like to ask people for anything, because you don't know what people's thinking, like, oh, what they try, and it's like, it's not that. I'm just asking, I'm gonna give it back or whatever. But I was in a bad space. So my insurance was removed from me. So I have no insurance on my car. And I'm like, what the hell am I gonna do? And you guys know, in order for you to drive your vehicle, you need to have coverage. If you don't have coverage and you get pulled over, they're gonna give you a ticket, arrest you, take your car. We don't know, but these are the things that can happen. So my insurance is done. I don't have any insurance. So I'm looking, and I'm on the phone, and I'm looking at different rates, and I'm trying to get insurance. And I'm like, it shouldn't be an issue. I'm over 25. My license is totally clean. I should be able to get insurance, right? No, that wasn't the case. This video is going to be unedited. I'm not going to edit it. I'm just going to upload it. So guys, this is a unedited video, and it is hot in here. I'm sweating like, all right, because it's kind of like it's getting there. But anyways, so I'm looking for these rates, and I'm like, why are these rates so high? Why are they asking me to pay $1,500 for 6 months? And I'm like, $1,500? All right. When I had my insurance company before they booted me, I was only paying $175, $150. So I'm like, what the hell is going on? So you have two type of premiums. You could get like for the whole year, or you could get for the 6 months. Most companies have 6 months. So that's what I take. 6 months. Sometimes, your 6 months policy could be $1,500, $2,000. It's up to the company, and it's all about your age and your driving record. So like I said, remember, I've been driving for over 25 years. Okay, over 25 years. And I have only 2 accidents, and it wasn't even me. Somebody hit me in the back, right? Twice. So, and that was when I was young, right? So I never physically crashed a car, and, God forbid, or whatever. And I drive very safely. I drive with, I do driving defensive, right? Because I took the course a few times. There was a few things that I had to learn how to do on my own, but I drive very safe, and I drive very slow. I follow the rules of the road, and I've been doing this for 25 years. This is why my license is so clean. So I try to do that. I try to adhere with all the laws. So there was no reason that my insurance should have been that expensive. Yeah, it was expensive. So the other day, right, it was like boom, boom, boom. I've been crying about how expensive my insurance is for a while. So the other day, like, this is actually recent, okay? And this is me telling y'all the truth, the rawness. So I go on my app, because I go and check on my app, and I'm like, let me check when it's time for me to pay my insurance. Now, mind you, my insurance was due on the 7th. So this is what I'll do, right? Because sometimes, I got to pull from different things. If they tell you to pay it on the 7th and you don't pay it on the 7th, they'll give you like 14 days so that, you could pay before cancellation, right? We all know. Come on, y'all all been there. You know what they did? So because that they know that I always do that, they shut off my insurance. So I was driving out here dirty with no condom on. Like, I mean, literally, that's what it felt like. And I'm driving around, and I remember, like, I was driving. Look, this is like black men. We can't drive around without no insurance. We can't. This is not something that we do. There are some people that do it, but I'm not trying to go to jail. I'm not trying to be harassed. And I'm not the type of person that when I get pulled over, I have my window halfway open and I'm like, I don't have to pull it down. No, let me tell you something. I used to work for the law enforcement. All right. When I get pulled over, I put all my windows down because I'm not getting shot or killed. I have a family, and I'm not into that fighting with them. It is what it is. You pull me over, all windows go down. I don't have anything in my visor. I don't have anything that will make them say, oh, we pulled you over because of that. Because I know what it is. I used to work with them. So I pull all my windows down, and I have my license and my registration ready. And I'm sitting here because I don't want to go in my pockets. I don't want to do anything. Sitting here, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, whew, itchy. So my insurance, you know, I'm digressing. But what I'm trying to say to you guys is that when I lost my insurance, probably this was about 2 years. Wait, this was a year or two. Yeah, this was 2 years ago. 2 years ago, I was going through it. Like, I was really going through it, guys. You guys didn't even know. I didn't even have money to feed my family. Like, I'm talking about, like, it was bad. And I did not ask. I did not tell anybody. There were times that my friends had events and I couldn't make it to their events because I didn't have the money. I had just enough money to take care of my family and pay the bills. I didn't have money to you know, go to the club or go hang out, and I didn't have that because I have a lot of expense. I have a lot of things on me. So that being said, they did it again. So the other day, I had a company that, you know, they just dropped me for no reason. They didn't say why. They said that they dropped me. And, well, I know why they dropped me. First of all, I don't really drive that much. That's first of all. All right. Secondly, the company that I had, they want me they wanted me to get an app, right? And in the app, they wanted to know where I went, what I was doing, how I was driving. I was like, hold up. You're not finna put nothing on me and clock where I'm at, where I'm going, what I'm doing. Like, that's not happening. So what I did was I just really never drove. So I feel like because they noticed I never drove that much, why do I need insurance? Look, I need insurance because I like to jump in my car, and if I gotta go somewhere, I go. Anyway, so remember, my car was stolen. So because of that, I'm gonna tell you what happened. So in the midst of me looking for insurance, all the coverage for the insurance was crazy. I'm talking about, they was talking about I had to pay $1,500 to almost $2,000 every month. I was like, hold up. My car is already paid for. I don't have a bad record. What are y'all talking about? So I spoke to the adjuster from the insurance company, and they said, look, the reason your insurance is so high is because that there is on your record, DMV has that you're a high risk because your car was stolen. I said, wait, what? I said, wait a minute. So the adjuster, she said to me, hey, you know, all you got to do is go to DMV and let them know that the car was stolen, but it was found, you know, to remove this off your record because this is what's making you, you know, this is what is not allowing you to have, you know, better coverage. And look, ain't nobody trying to spend all of this money. You understand? So I'm trying to put this better. Ain't nobody trying to spend all this money, especially if you got a bunch of bills. Wow, that's yeah. It's a nice car, just so it's fire. But anyways, I do need a Jeep though, because this car is just too small. I can't fit everybody in here. And I don't like that. So I want to eventually get a truck, but not now. Later on, you know, in my career, when everything gets to where I want it to, then I'll probably do that, because this is a sedan. It's too small. My whole family can't fit in here, even if I wanted it to. So I probably will get something like a truck like that fits at least 8 people, or I would get my favorite, which is a Honda Odyssey. I love the Honda Odyssey. I think it's a beautiful car. I just like vans, or even Toyota. The Toyota van is really nice, and it seats a lot of people. So this only seats You could put two in the back and one in the front, and it doesn't fit. I can't even put a baby seat, nothing, because it's so small. So everything has to be removed in this car. And to me, you could probably fit three people in the back. You can, but you want people to be comfortable, right? So my family wouldn't be comfortable, so it would be better for me to get a Jeep. And I realized that today. I need to get a Jeep. I did have a truck, but the truck, something happened, so I had to sell it or something like that. But anyways, so what I'm trying to say to you guys is that, because I know you're like, well, what is this video about? So this video is about, if something happens and I know it's bad, as much as I'm going to say this and it doesn't make sense, but it happened for a reason. Everything that happens is for a reason. Things happen to get us stronger, to make us better, all right? So if you are receiving value from this video, I need you to type in the comment section, I've been there. So I've been there, right? Because we all have been there, and we all think that the problems we have, nobody else has it. That's a lie. So anyways, I digressed a little bit, but let me go back to the point. So what I was trying to say to you is, my insurance was canceled December 21st, but I had a bill for the 7th. So what they did was they didn't renew the bill. They just completely canceled it. Mind you, December the 18th, I made a payment of $380, because that's how much my insurance was. $380. That is a lot. All right. So I'm looking at my app, because we all do that. We checking our bills, we checking our electric bill, our gas bill, we just checking our bills, because we have to calculate what we're gonna pay and how we're gonna pay for this month and this week or whatever. So I go, and my insurance is completely canceled. I'm like, what am I gonna do? I just paid a whole bunch of things, and to be honest with you, I'm on a paycheck to paycheck basis, and it's hard, and and I don't want to accept it and talk about it, but it's very hard, right? So I'm like, what am I gonna do? This thing is canceled. So my wife, she panics, and she's looking, and she's like, oh, I'm looking for insurance. And I'm like, sitting there, like, I'm like, you're so enthusiastic. You're a genius, right? You're gonna, and this is in my head. I'm sitting there staring at her, high as hell, and I'm like, I've been here before, like last year, 2 years ago, and because of the theft of the vehicle, my insurance rates is skyrocketed. But this is the thing. This is the banger. Y'all ready? The banger is, we are in a new year. This is 2025. And it seems that whatever had happened was lifted off of my record, right? So I just Googled and started searching, and I found an insurance company. And the insurance company, normally they want you to drop like 600-700 down, or 400 or 500, whatever. I'm like, man, I don't even have no money. What am I gonna do? So I find an insurance company, but I didn't find an insurance company until, all right, so out the blue, somebody gave me money. Like, I'm saying out the blue, this person don't even know what they did, but that money that they gave me, I ended up using it for my car insurance, because I was waiting to get paid next week. I didn't have any money. I don't have anything. So the person sends the money, and I'm sitting there, and I'm like, wow. So I pull up the insurance, I find insurance, and I'm like, okay, boom. Paid it. And guys, if I tell you how cheap it is, like, my insurance is so cheap now. It's so cheap now. For 6 months, I only had to pay $500. I think $575 to be exact. I was like, what? For 6 months? So I basically gave half of it, and because you had to give a deposit to start the policy, so I gave half of it. So I have 250 left, and for the first time in my life, I'm about to have a premium paid off for the 6 months. Look, I had a lot of money in my life. I did a lot of stupid shit, and what I should have did was just always pay off my policy, but my policy was always a lot. Who has $2,000 to $3,000 to drop right now? There's some people that do have it, and there's some people that don't. But yeah, so that person know who they are. I don't have to mention, but that person, just donated money to me. Like, it's crazy. Like, shout out to all my subscribers, my followers, and my family. I love y'all so much. And this is a person that actually believes in me and knows the struggles and knows what's happening. And as a black man, I feel like I'm getting beat down. And all I want is to make sure that my family is good. And that person did that, so I was able to pay my insurance. So what I'm trying to say to you guys is, when I noticed that the insurance was canceled, I sat back in my chair and I started to cry, because I'm like, damn, I just got some bad news. All right, now this. So I just sat down. I said, God, for a minute, like, I ain't gonna lie to you, for a minute, I was just like, yo, God, what happened? Like, what's going on? Like, and I don't know. This person just came out the blue and did that for me, and it helped me out, and they don't even know. So I'm good. And I had to come out this week to bring my family to the hospital, to their doctor's appointment. So I would have been driving with no coverage if this person did not do that for me. And like I said, I'm the type of person that I ain't gonna ask, because you don't I just don't want nobody saying nothing about me. I don't want people talking about me, because I do a lot of things for people, and I don't know. It was just that one time I was like, damn, somebody really looked out for me. But anyways, the moral of the story is, my insurance is lower. It's cheaper. And I was enraged. I was stressed. I sat there and my wife looked at me, and and my stress goes into her. So she looked at me and she was like, don't worry, babe, you got this. And I don't know. I prayed. I ain't gonna lie. I went on my knees. I prayed. I did my prayers, and I was just praying, and I was praying, and while I was praying, I was crying. Crying and praying, crying and praying. So it looks like it's like I'm literally crying. And God, he had my back. God purposely allowed that thing to happen, because remember, I was paying $300 to $400 a month. Now my insurance is gonna be nothing. So what I'm trying to say to you guys is, when something happens, just understand that it's happening for a reason. All right, it's happening for a reason. Things don't just happen like that. And the reason I'm even driving or even have a car is because years ago I met this woman that kept sending me in cabs back and forth. So there's a girl I met in the Bronx. I was living in New York at the time. She was in the Bronx. I was in Brooklyn. And actually, where I'm at right now, I'm in Brooklyn. So I'm living in Brooklyn. She's living in the Bronx. She wanted to see me. So she used to send me her driver. She had a driver. She had money. This girl had money. She used to send me a driver all the time. And I didn't like that, So what that made me do was go to the dealership and get a car. So I went and got a car. I got a car with no license. The shit that I did when I was young. No license. Eventually I got my license and stuff like that, but I was able to do that, and that's what pushed me to get a car. But if I didn't do that push when I was 17, 16 or whatever, I would have never had a car today. So sometimes, guys, things happen for a reason. We just don't understand it. Even death. Sometimes death happens, and the death that happens either bring the family together or separate the family and let, you know, This is God. C'est la vie, right? This is life, guys. So what I'm trying to say is, don't sweat it. You know, and I know it's hard to understand what I'm saying, but don't sweat it. What you're going through it to train you for what is to come. There's something coming, a bigger obstacle. But guess what? You're going to be trained for that obstacle, right? So until next time, I'll see you guys later. I will be dropping other videos. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so every video I drop comes into your algorithm. I will be dropping videos, shorts almost every single day. And these type of videos. Also, I will be filming a backstage of my other channel so y'all see what I go through. But that being said, happy Friday.